Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kahalah La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akib teaching about the Mind Wild Moth. I'm the brother Yatazak, Great Millstone, Dallas. Just want to add to the This Is Why We Call You the Devil series, you know what I'm saying? And I want to focus on Esau's infatuation with pork, you know what I'm saying, and defiling the Israelites with pork, you know, because in the beginning, when the Lord put when the Lord put the laws together for a dietary law, He was specific about pork. So you know what I'm saying. Let's get that real quick. All right, there we go. This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7 and 8. It says, "And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you." Right? Alright, so now that we done said that, go ahead and get an example. Alright, hold up. Let's get First Maccabees 1. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? This is First Maccabees 1 and 62. It says, "Howbeit many in Israel," going back to what we just read, the Israelites was given the law through Moses from the Lord. It says, "Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing, wherefore the rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant." Going back to those laws, statutes, and commandments. "So then they died, and there was a very great wrath upon Israel." So when you go into this account, you go into the Greeks, going into the Greeks during the time of the Maccabees, who was forcing our people to eat pork, and our people were so steadfast in not wanting to eat pork that they were willing to die. Right? Fast forward to today, you have our people that were raised up and grew up on pork, and they want to tell you how long they now ate it and all this other stuff, right? Okay, well now that the spirit of these Israelites that don't want to eat pork and are willing to die, now they have to come up with more subtle ways to force it on us. You see? So now you have people waking up and realizing that they're Israelites. So they putting down the pork and they putting down certain things. So Esau is aware of that. So what does he do? This is why we call him the devil. He takes the meats that we do eat. You know what I'm saying? He takes the meats that we do eat, and then he defiles them. All right? So now let's get 2 Maccabees chapter 6. All right? 2 Maccabees chapter 6. And we're going to start at 18. And this is why we call this man the devil, you know. It says Eleazar, this is our 2 Maccabees 6 and 18. It says, "Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh." So he was having swine's flesh forced upon him. It says, "But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment," meaning he was willing to die than to eat pork, right? Because he wanted to be obedient to the Heavenly Father. That's why we don't eat pork. It's out of obedience, right? It says, "And it behooved him, and it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted." It says, "But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance, they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king." So he had people that was like, "Look, man, we could take turkey, we could take beef, we could take whatever kind of meat you want and just say it's pork." You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't even willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So Esau took those other meats and defiled those as well. So whatever meat you're trying to eat, they'll defile it using pork. You see what I'm saying? It says that in so doing he might be delivered from death and from the old friendship with them find favor. But he didn't want to do that. You see? It said, but began to consider discreetly as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head whereon was come and his most honest education from a child, going back to the laws that told him not to eat the pork, right? It says, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. You see, so he chose against it. You see, it said, for it becometh not of our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being fourscore old and 10, which he was 90 years old and had never eaten pork before, because he wanted to be pleasing to the Heavenly Father. You see, it says, we're now gone to a strange religion. It says, and so they, through mind hypocrisy, and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get the stain in mine old age and make it abominable. So he was basically keeping his integrity at the end of the day. I'm 90 years old. I'm not going to squander being pleasing to the Heavenly Father in front of these younger brethren. You know what I'm saying? That just wouldn't be good for the nation. It wouldn't be good for me. It wouldn't be good for nobody involved but this devil. So he was like, nah, man, I'm not going to do it. It says, for though the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. See, and they understand that. They see how steadfast we are. They see how we hold fast to this truth. So they know that you're going to have certain Israelites. If you try to corrupt all the Israelites, you're going to know that there's going to be some that's going to give you that pushback. You see? So they know that the ones that's going to give them that pushback, they're going to have to trick them. You know, so they're going to have to use deceit to get them to eat pork. You see? And that's the focus of this lesson. You see what I'm saying? It says, wherefore, now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. So he died not wanting to eat swine, in order for us to be able to read it today, to where we can come in that same spirit. And our enemy, of course, the devil, he knows that. So he knows that since, okay, we're going to have Israelites that's going to not want to take this abomination and eat it, they going to put it to where we not knowingly eat it. You see? Which is what a devil would do, because the devil goes back to the word deceiver, you know, and that's all the devil is a liar. Okay? All right, now let's pull this video real quick.
Your grandma's apple pie that might have lard in the crust? Stick around and watch this one, because this is going to blow you away. Shalom, everybody, and welcome to Bait Phillip Productions. For those of us who are...
And before we get started, I want to make reference to Psalm 64:8, where it talks about how Esau's tongue was going to fall upon them. You see what I'm saying? So with their tongue falling upon them, you even have Esau giving up the goods on Esau. You see? So, yeah, Esau don't even care about his own people, you know, and that's why they telling on his ass.
Torah pursuant, we do our best to eat tahor, or clean, so as to not defile our bodies and keep the Levitical food laws. We all know that Hasatan is the prince of this world, and he's going to do everything he can to keep us in a defiled state or in a state of uncleanness.
Now, he mentioned that Shaitan was going to try to keep us defiled and try to keep us in this unclean state, right? Shaitan is the devil. Who is his counterpart? You know what I'm saying? His physical counterpart, the Edomites. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. You see? Who's controlling the food? Who's putting these things out? Right? You have to ask yourself that.
I'm sure we're all well aware of food manufacturers that use creative marketing or creative ingredient names when they label the ingredients in some of their foods. One particular ingredient that most people know is monosodium glutamate, or MSG. Some of these ingredients are made from it or with it. Yeast extract, anything hydrolyzed, calcium caseinate, sodium caseinate, yeast nutrient, autolyzed yeast, textured protein, soy protein, whey protein, and the list just goes on and on. An added flavoring, whether it's artificial flavoring or even natural flavoring, can be made with between 50 to 100 different ingredients. That's crazy for natural flavoring. You know, you would think if they would put strawberry jam in a jar and it would have natural flavoring, then naturally the flavor would be like strawberries. But they have to add an enhancement to it sometimes. I'm going to put some links in the description where you can read about these things. But we're going to talk about a different kind of food additive today: pork. Pork is used in so many different products today, and not just food, that it's quite disturbing.
You see, and the thing is, it's not about everybody on the planet. It's about the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Because the laws only apply to the Israelites. He has not dealt so with any other nation. You see? But the thing is, everybody's going to use these products. You see? So whether you know these ingredient names that the man just listed or you don't, that's what I'm saying. You could be eating pork and not knowing it. You could be consuming pork and not knowing it. It's in all these different products. That's why I wanted to pick this video.
Now, before I talk about these products, I'm going to show you these. Now, let me say up front that some of these products we are going to talk about today, we called the manufacturers ourselves and asked them directly, do you use pork in the manufacturing of these products? Many of the companies came out right and said, yes, we do. Some of them said, well, we're not sure, which wasn't many. And some of them said, well, to be honest with you, we use either pork fat or beef fat or a combination thereof, sometimes just pork, sometimes just beef, but it's kind of whatever's available. Pork's the cheapest, some admit.
Okay, now you see how the confusion is brought on. You see, just like you're going to have some people that's going to eat pork willingly. You have some people that's going to eat pork unwillingly. You have some people who just going to submit to eating pork just because they don't want to die. So you have all these different reasons why people would eat pork. You see, now you see this dude did his research. You know, he did his research, which most of us need to do. So he's done his research, and you see that even when you try to do research, it's a bunch of confusion. That's why you have to be led by the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to be able to see this devil. You know, those fiery darts of the wicked come from many directions, man. And the food industry and pork is one of those different fiery darts, you see?
And we'll use pork when it's available. And if we can't get it for some reason, we'll use beef. But we cannot guarantee you a specific batch or a specific type of product is going to be free from pork. They just don't know. There's a problem. I don't have any of these products in my house that I want to show you. So let's go to the store and check them out. Road trip! Okay, at the store, let's go have a look. Okay, I'm not talking about this. And I'm not talking about this.
You see, now you notice, that's what I'm saying, natural pork products, we don't have to worry about those. You can see ham, you can see bacon, you can see pork and choose not to eat it, right? But that's what I'm saying, we're dealing with the devil here. You see, and this is why we call him the devil, because you can walk right by the pork section and still leave the grocery store with a cart full of pork.
What I'm talking about is this. Marshmallow bits. Believe it or not, these are made with pork. So is Double Bubble. Made with pork. few of these items here to make it go a little bit quicker. Talk about Pop-Tarts. It's in the frosting, okay? That's where it is. The unfrosted ones are fine. Kraft macaroni and cheese, that's gonna bother a lot of people. I know it is. Same with this. It's got pork in there. You can't just switch brands, 'cause it's also in that one. Here's another one that hurts, because these are really good. I think it's got lard in this. Almost all marshmallows, gelatin, made with pork. Same with these. I love these things. This, Rocky Road, got marshmallows in it, see? There's pork in it. Let's not get pork sausage, we'll get chicken. But if you look on the back, I don't know how well you can see that, it says it has a pork casing.
You see? You see how deceitful that is? That's what I'm saying. Why do you need pork to make cheese? Only thing you need to make with cheese is milk, oil, and water. You see what I'm saying? All these different products. You know what I'm saying? You got the chicken sausage, but it's in a pork casing. Ain't no chicken casings. This man is the devil, man.
Switch brands. Let's go to this one. All the way down the back. Got a pork casing. Okay. Well, let's not just stop with food. Let's go look at some other non-food items. This has got pork in it. Believe it or not.
That's what I'm saying. So I gotta have pork in my clothes since I don't want it in my system. So you either got pork on the inside or you got pork on the outside. You gotta wash your clothes, right?
Fabric softener. Now let's do some soap.
You gotta clean your body. So it's already hard acid water along with pork in the soap. We filthy, man. Filthy. Not voluntarily either.
Shampoo. And we got deodorant.
It's pork and secret deodorant. I guess that's why it's a secret. Yeah. This is why we call this man the devil. The self-proclaimed white man is the devil. The earth was given into his hands, going back to Jacob and Esau, and that blessing that was given to him by Isaac. It goes back further than that, but I'm at work. I don't got time.
And some toothpaste. Gelatin. This may or may not. It's got gelatin. Good bet. Gotta watch out for the gummies made with gelatin. Kids' vitamins. Antibacterial soap. Vitamins.
That's what I'm saying. How you got antibacterial soap with pork in it? This is why we call you the devil.
Even for the kiddies. And crumbs. That was insane, I know. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, too. There's a lot of products I didn't even cover. And some of those products now may not contain pork. So we can only go by what we're told on different websites or when we called ourselves and what they told us at the time. So just trying to fill you in on some stuff that may make you unclean.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's damn near impossible. But it is impossible to be clean under this setup, man. You see? The earth is defiled, man, in every aspect. So is the leadership of the world, who is the Edomites. You see? The self-proclaimed white man.
Okay? So, I hated even touching any of that stuff. Now I'm unclean until sundown. Let's get out of here. And we're back. What a mess. What upsets me is some of these are just wonderful products, some that I enjoyed for many years. I'm going to admit something here. I'm kind of a big kid at heart, and I absolutely love Lucky Charms. But I won't eat it anymore since the little marshmallows are made with pork, I was told. Some of these companies use a plant-based gelatin, and I'd be willing to pay a little bit more money if I could enjoy a bowl of Lucky Charms once in a while. And same thing with dry roasted peanuts. I can eat a ton of those things. And Grand's biscuits, quite a few of these products we looked at today. I absolutely love them, but I will not eat them because they either contain or they may contain pork. Something else I want to mention too is a friend of mine, his wife is on Prozac. That medicine she's on has a gelatin coating on it, and they called the company, and it is made with pork. And they were able to get one.
You gonna make medicine with pork, bro? That's what I'm saying, man. If you go to a doctor, depending on what's ailing you, they're gonna tell you to change your diet, and they're gonna try to eliminate pork, right? But then they're gonna give you medicine that contains pork, so you still getting it. That's why we saying this man is the devil, man.
That wasn't made with pork, but it was quite a bit more expensive, which isn't a big issue if you have insurance. They didn't have insurance, so it cost them considerable amount of money to get a non-pork base. But you do what you got to do to stay clean. And talking about those kind of medicines is a whole different issue, and I'm not even going to go into that. Some people need to be on certain medicines for certain reasons, which is fine, but make sure what you're taking is clean. Not everything made with gelatin is unclean. That's not what I'm saying.
You know, see, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to be fair. He's trying to be objective. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hold his emotions in check. But you can clearly see that this man is frustrated with just trying to live. So how much more for us? You see? You think that this man is Jewish. You see, he's talking about staying clean, the dietary law. You know, he could be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But he could also be an Amalekite. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit is gonna reveal what this man is. But that's what I'm saying. Whether you the real Israelite or a so-called Jew, you still have to deal with this devil.
First Torah teacher used to say, seems like the longer we walk this path, the road gets narrower and narrower. And he was right. It does. But we're being tested, and we're also coming out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of bad doctrine and dogma and religion and a world that just doesn't care about being set apart.
He sound like us, don't he? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He sighed and cried, man. You don't be surprised if you see this dude out on the highways and byways.
To the Creator. I wish it was as simple as avoiding obvious things like ham and catfish and shrimp and oysters and crab. But it's not. We have to dig a little bit deeper so we can...
That's what I'm saying. How much more for us, man? That's exactly how we feel, man, walking through the grocery store, man. That's exactly how we feel, man. That's why we call you the devil, man. That's what I'm saying. It ain't as easy as just, look, I'm not going to eat this or I'm not going to eat that. No, whatever you choose to eat, it will be defiled, man. We eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles, man.
Be obedient, and so we don't defile our temples. I should also add here that due to changing technologies at time or the way they manufacture stuff, some of these companies may no longer be using pork in their products. That's entirely possible. The best bet is to call for yourself and ask. There's a lot of good websites out there that have a lot of this information, but since we're not affiliated with them, I'm not sure how up to date they are either. So, like I said, it's best to call some of these companies and find out.
That's what I'm saying, man. We shouldn't have to do all that just before we figure out what we're going to have for dinner. We shouldn't have to do all that. But that's what I'm saying. When the righteous are a majority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. This man is mourning, man. This dude is mourning, man. All he want to do is just go to the store. And he can't.
Well, I hope this video blessed you and that it didn't overwhelm you. I know it was a lot to look at today. And it'll kind of drive you mad when you're really trying to figure out at first, what can I eat? At first we thought we were clear, just avoiding the major things. But when you find out that the adversary is working very hard, all the time, to keep us defiled.
Keep that in mind. The adversary is working very hard to keep us defiled, man. Hey, now maybe y'all will believe it since y'all heard a white man say it. A so-called white man.
But anyway, we do what we can. We ask the Father for guidance. And I just pray that you're all blessed. Please support us by subscribing. And shalom, everybody. And thank you, as always, for being a part of Beit Tefillah Productions.
Hey, man. This is why we call this man the damn devil, man. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Ma'amath. That's the sincerity and truth. Shalom.